Hello there, YouTube pipe community. I'm doing another YABO today. I got another box from my friend Brian Quilty out west. And well, here it is, all wrapped, ready to be enjoyed. Well, to be opened anyway. I'm expecting to enjoy it. Thank you, Brian. All right. It's been so hot the last week or so here in this part of Ontario that you really couldn't bring yourself to do anything other than retreat into your air conditioning, which I did. I've been working a lot on an album that I'm trying to put out. So every spare moment I'm in my overheated music studio. It's way too hot in there. Trying to record better vocals. I struggle so much with my voice. I'm a better piano player, guitar player, arranger than I am singer. But oh well. So what do we have here? So this is more train stuff. Got a couple pieces of HO track. Thank you, Brian. And here we have a whole set of, it looks like brass wire, plastic tubing, plastic I-beams, all sort of scale model I-beams, and looks like there's a chopstick in there too, which I can imagine there are a number of good uses for. That's great, thank you. And here we have a little plastic box full of barrels that will go very nice on a station platform or behind a shop and that kind of a thing. Here we have, whoa, are these KD? Are they universal? So this is like the kind of coupler that you use to couple boxcars and engines together that looks more realistic than the plastic ones that come with most of those boxcars. So usually they're called KD, magnetic uncoupling, and these are like off-brand compatible with them. So that's fantastic. Thank you. And they're very expensive usually. And we have a plastic bag, or paper bag, I should say. It's got, looks like some more barrels, some cast windows, perhaps. Yeah. A hand car kit. Oh, that's fantastic. Some more nice windows. I don't know if you can see those. These look like bay windows or windows and shutters, I think is what that is. Bunch of stuff like that. Fantastic. Wow, what is that? Corrugated aluminum. Whoa. Corrugated aluminum sheets. Now, how I have typically done that is I've taken a hair comb and some tin foil and pressed the tin foil into the hair comb. So you get all those little ripples in it, and then just kind of brush it and paint it so that it looks a bit rusty and stuff. But this is to scale. This is taking things to a whole new level for my modeling. We have a sheet of, like, this is like heavy duty, is it cardstock or is it plastic? I think that's plastic. So I can't remember the name of the plastic that you use for modeling, but there's a whole bunch of sheets of it for, you know, scratch building and stuff like that. Styrene, that's what they call it. And I didn't remember that on my own. Here's some styrene sheets. This is fantastic. Unbelievable surplus of useful things. 8 strips of HO scale 1x2s. Like somebody would actually measure out 1x2s. Amazing. I'm gonna have to up my game, Brian. And this is HO scale 6x8s. what I've been doing for that is I just take some pine on my bandsaw and some more corrugated, or is that the same stuff? I don't know. Wow, that is fantastic. Did I miss anything? I think that's it. Thank you so much, Brian. That is amazing. I really appreciate it. So well packed too. So today my pipe is a pipe I picked up once when I was in New Jersey. I lived in New Jersey for about 5 years, and when I went back to a friend's wedding, I stopped at a tobacco shop and they had this cheap pipe, and it was $20, and it looked kind of neat, like scales like a dragon's claw or something. I don't know. It's called a Lucienne, which sounds kind of French, so maybe it's actually from Canada. And I'm smoking some black cherry, cheap tobacco from the Indian Reserve. Oh, my hens are getting out. Oh, we have 2 new hens. I clipped their wings the other day. They're still able to fly. Do it again, maybe a little closer. I don't know. So, I'm reading this really interesting book right now called Wolf Hall. It's about Thomas Cromwell in like 1530s or something like that. So, the time when King Henry was trying to divorce Catherine, or claim marriage was never lawful in the first place because it was his brother's wife. He wants to get with Anne Boleyn, and Thomas Cromwell's caught right up in the middle of all this. And so it's written in a really unusual way, which makes it a bit hard to get into. I like historical fiction, but I don't like to work when I read. Like, I love to be exposed to new information. I just recently read Homer's Odyssey, and I really enjoyed that. I was surprised how relevant this literature was that's thousands of years old, and how well written it was, how much of a page turner it was. Now, my son, who just finished his master's in English literature, said it really depends on your translation, and this is a well-respected translation, so that probably has something to do with it. But really interesting. It was written all in verse. And he was telling me that the reason a novel is called a novel is it was a novel way to write. Instead of telling stories in verse, to write them more in paragraph form. So, fascinating. Today I did some work on my hen house. I put a new door, like one of those slide up and down doors, because the new hens have been standing on the edge and then flying up to the top of the door and then onto the roof of the hen house and then onto the ground. Even though they can't really fly up very well, they can kind of jump up. So I decided to make it harder for them to escape. We'll see how that works. And the reason they want to escape is the other hens are pecking them so badly. It's hilarious. I was saying to my wife today, I'm not really sure. I like having fresh eggs every morning, but I'm not sure I really like hens. It's now been a year and a half or so since we had them, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them much longer. Maybe when the kids leave, because they love them. Didn't go in the canoe today. We usually go every weekend. Didn't go out in the canoe today. But we might go tomorrow if I can convince Joanne. Maybe I can get my daughter to go out with me. Anyway, it's nice to see you all. I hope you're having a great day. And thanks again, Brian, for your gifts. Really appreciate it. And I guess I'll sign off now. See you next time.